smoked deviled eggs, plank smoked camembert, hay smoked steaks, smoked apples, and smoky Marys. We're smoking extreme at the epic JW Marriott Star Pass Resort in Tucson, Arizona. I'm Stephen Raichlen, and this is Project Smoke.
Cameras rolling, and action.
Smoked ribs, been there. Barbecued brisket, done that. Today, I'm gonna show you foods you never dreamt you could smoke. Deviled eggs, plank camembert, hay smoked steak, smoked apples, and a smoky Mary to wash them down with. It's another day in paradise. Eggs are one of my favorite foods for smoking. Now, the egg has a very neutral flavor, and the idea of infusing it with wood smoke may seem bizarre. But in fact, as you travel Planet Barbecue, you find grilled eggs in Vietnam, you find stuffed grilled eggs in Cambodia and Thailand. In Israel, there's an inn that smokes egg to make a smoked egg pate. So I thought, let's smoke hard-boiled eggs and use them to make a not-so-traditional deviled egg. Eggs might seem like the last food you would smoke. Just don't tell Chef Rene Redzepi, who serves smoked quail eggs at the celebrated Noma restaurant in Copenhagen. Hard-boiled egg? Boring. Smoked hard-boiled egg? Awesome. I'm using an electric smoker. I fueled it with maple sawdust diskettes. The eggs will smoke for about a half an hour. And here's a batch I smoked earlier. Now, cut the top and bottom off each egg, and then cut the egg in half. And you cut the tops and bottoms off so the eggs will stand upright without wobbling. I'm just going to finish up the rest of the eggs. Save the trimmings and take the yolks out of the whites. And here's the last egg. Now place the egg yolks in a food processor. Add mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and a squirt of your favorite hot sauce. I'm using Thai sriracha. Puree the mixture. Scrape down the processor bowl as necessary. And don't forget to add a little salt and a little pepper. Using a spoon, fill the egg whites with the deviled egg mixture. Just fill up the last one. Now you could serve the smoked deviled eggs as is, but we like to gild the lily. So on top of 4 of them, crispy bacon bits, home fried of course. I'm just arranging these on a board for serving. And on the second row of eggs, some home-smoked salmon. I love the way the orange color pops. For the remaining eggs, crispy brisket bits. Thinly sliver brisket and pan fry it in a little olive oil. And finally, a pinch of smoked paprika. Gives you color and reinforces the smoke flavor. And let's see how we did. These sure aren't like any deviled eggs I had when I was growing up. Nice smoke flavor, great crunch from the brisket. Next up, plank smoked camembert. Jalapeño slices on top, goes on the charred thing. Then we go back to set it up for smoking.
8 minutes, we're gonna roll in 8 minutes.
I'll set the plank down here. Okay, and then I'll say step number one. I'll open this up. On the other say, now, this pellet grill. This simple, dramatic cheese looks way cool and tastes even way cooler. It uses two of my favorite live fire cooking techniques, planking and smoking. I give you cedar plank camembert with pepper jelly and jalapeños. I was having a dinner party, and I wanted to serve cheese, but I wanted to serve it as an appetizer, not after the meal. And I wanted to give it sort of a Project Smoke twist. So I put a camembert cheese on a cedar plank that I had previously charred over a hot fire, start to bring out the aromatic oils from the cedar. And then I had the idea to spread the top with pepper jelly and arrange jalapeno chilies on top. An absolutely jaw-dropping presentation. And it's really amazing how the heat and smoke just bring out flavors you'd never suspect from a camembert. I'm using a pellet smoker to prepare this recipe. And pellet smokers run on hardwood pellets. I'm using apple for this particular recipe, and you load these pellets into the hopper. Now, inside the pellet grill, underneath this fire plate, the pellets fall into the fire chamber where they are lit by an electric igniter. Now, conventional wisdom holds that you soak a cedar plank to keep it from burning. I, on the contrary, like to char the plank directly over the fire. Char and fire and smoke equal more flavor. Pretty quick charring time. You want to char, not burn the plank. A couple minutes will do it. That's what you're looking for. You can see the plank is actually smoking. Now, in order to finish the cheese, you need to take this sear plate out and put in the heat diffuser plate. And now the pellet grill is ready for conventional smoking. By the way, I'm working at a pretty high temperature, 400 degrees, so this is hot smoking. Place a camembert cheese in the center of the charred plank. Take some pepper jelly and spread it on top of the cheese. I've also done this with tomato jam. Now, arrange jalapeno pepper slices on top of the pepper jelly. Put the plank cheese back in the smoker, and you want to smoke it just long enough to melt the camembert and sizzle the topping. 5 to 10 minutes. When I served this plank smoked camembert, I'm not sure what delighted me more, the amazement of my guests or the speed with which it disappeared.
Wow, take a look at the cheese. It's beautiful. And if you squeeze the sides, you can feel it's just starting to melt. So we'll take the plank off. And you want to put the plank on a grate, not directly on your work surface. It's still pretty hot. You know what's coming next. Let's see how we did. So I'm going to cut into the camembert. And spread some of this luscious melted cheese on a slice of grilled bread. Wow. This combination of the cheese and the heat of the jalapeno, the sweetness of the pepper jelly, the smoke. Man, you'd never get a camembert like this in France. Long before hipster chefs in Brooklyn hay-smoked chicken and ribeyes, Italian cheesemakers bronzed mozzarella in fragrant clouds of hay smoke. Hay smoking is a great way to deliver a powerful smoke flavor in a matter of minutes. Here's how we do it with steak.
Steak is often grilled over a wood fire, which imparts a light smoke flavor. But I wanted to find a way to smoke a steak, to give a steak the intense smoky flavor of, let's say, brisket or beef ribs. So I took raw steaks, placed them on a wire rack over a pan of ice at one end of the grill. Then I took a bundle of hay and I lit it. Now, when you burn hay, you get an intense fragrant cloud of smoke very quickly. Whole process just lasts a couple of minutes. So it smokes the steak without actually cooking it. And then I took these smoked raw steaks and I cooked them over a hot fire the way you would grill a traditional steak. And what you get is, it's a steak that channels a brisket. I mean, it's got the charred exterior and sanguine interior of a steak, but with the fragrant smoke of brisket.
For steaks, we're using these gorgeous, thick New York strip steaks, small farm steaks from grass-fed beef. And we'll season the steaks generously with coarse sea salt, and cracked black peppercorns. Press the seasonings into the meat with your fingers, then turn the steaks over and season the other side the same way. I like these coarse crystals of salt because they don't dissolve. So when you eat the steak, you actually bite into these crunchy little bits of salty awesomeness. Hay-smoked steaks involve two live fire cooking techniques. The first is cold smoking, and the way you cold smoke on a hot grill is to place the steaks over a pan of ice. 1, 2, 3. Now let me show you how to set up the grill. I lit a half chimney of charcoal and dumped the coals out on one side of the lower grate as though you were indirect grilling. Place the grate on top. Then place the strip steaks on the grill opposite the mound of coals. Finally, lift up the side door and place a generous handful of hay on the fire. Immediately close the grill and open the vents so that the hay smoke passes over the steaks and out the vent. You see? I wish you could smell this hay smoke. It's really intense. The smoking process is really quick, 3 to 4 minutes, and when the smoke stops coming out the vent, the steaks are ready. And they're still cold, so this is true cold smoking. Now, to finish the steaks, take them off the grill and take off the grate. And you want to replenish the fire because the next step is to direct grill the steaks over a hot fire. And you want to just spread your coals in an even layer. And put the grate back in place. So now you have a hot fire, the sort you'd want for direct grilling steaks. Arrange the steaks over the hot fire, slightly on the diagonal. So you'll grill the steaks for 4 to 5 minutes per side for medium rare. After 2 minutes, give each steak a quarter turn to lay on a crosshatch of grill marks. And if you start to get flare-ups, just simply pull the steak away from the fire. Wait for the flames to subside, and then move the steaks back over the coals. Once the bottom is cooked, turn the steaks over and grill the other side the same way. And if you see if one steak is cooking a little more quickly than the other, the center of the grill will always be hotter. Simply rotate the steak so the more well-done steaks are on the outside. And give your final quarter turn. There are 2 ways to check for doneness. First, the poke test. Press the steak, and if it feels gently yielding, it's probably medium rare. If you want to be absolutely scientific about it, insert the probe of an instant read meat thermometer through the side of the steak. You're looking for about 125. Bingo, we nailed it. So transfer the steak to a wire rack. And I like a wire rack because it lets the steaks breathe underneath. If you lay the steaks on a platter, the bottom will steam and you'll lose that delicious crust. So let's see how we did. Nice and juicy, beautifully pink in the center. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And just transfer the steak to a platter with the hay-smoked New York strip, a chipotle charred tomato salsa. The recipe's on our website, and a little salsa. And here's the moment I've been waiting for. Oh man, now this is a steak. Great crust, intense smoke flavor. Never fails to amaze me how smoke can transform something familiar and make it so utterly different and spectacular. Hay smoked steak, an ancient Italian technique reimagined on Project Smoke.
Smoke roasted apples are the Project Smoke twist on classic baked apple. And what I really love about it is the way the smoke flavor brings out and transforms the sweetness of the apple. You take a very commonplace dessert and give it great distinction and uniqueness. You want a firm, sweet apple, like a Honeycrisp. Using a melon baller, core the apples. Remove the seeds, but leave the bottom intact. The idea is to create a cavity. In a food processor, place brown sugar, cold butter, yellow raisins, graham cracker crumbs, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, and vanilla extract. Pulse the processor to grind the ingredients to a crumbly paste. Stuff each apple with the brown sugar mixture. Fill each cavity, but don't pack it too tightly. Next, insert a cinnamon stick in the filling in each apple. Finally, top each apple with a half marshmallow. Arrange the apples on a charcoal grill set up for indirect grilling. Note the use of grill rings to keep the apples upright. Place a couple applewood chunks on each mound of coals to generate fragrant wood smoke. Smoke roast the apples for about 45 minutes. The apples are cooked when bronzed with smoke. The skin will be wrinkled and the apples squeezably soft on the sides.
The Raichlen Bloody Mary fires it up with freshly grated horseradish and Thai hot sauce. You'll smell smoke literally thanks to a fragrant blast of mesquite smoke. Start with a carafe of tomato juice. Add freshly squeezed lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, and freshly grated horseradish. Next, add a generous squirt of sriracha. And here's the first secret. In place of the usual vodka, use mezcal, a Mexican spirit made with fire-roasted agave. Think of it as the smoky cousin of tequila. And now, the Raichlen twist. Cover the carafe with plastic wrap, leaving a little flap open. Then load a handheld smoking device with mesquite sawdust. Switch the smoking device on and light the sawdust. Then insert the smoking tube in the carafe. Fill the carafe with smoke, tightly cover, and let the smoke infuse in the Bloody Mary mixture for 5 minutes. After the smoke has infused in the Bloody Mary, uncover the drink, still rising, and stir the ingredients together. Then pour the Smoky Mary into a glass with a little ice. And don't forget the celery. Wow, nice smoke flavor, slow burn from the sriracha. This is really good. Well, that's about it for today, folks. Smoked deviled eggs, plank smoked camembert, hay smoked steaks, smoked apples, and Smoky Mary. We're smoking extreme. See you next time. Come on in. Jacqueline, Srijan,
Thank you.
cheers to the ambassadorial powers of smoke.
I think probably after this I need a coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll just...
Or a piece of chocolate or something.
Yeah, a piece of coffee would be good. Because I'm feeling about 8 chocolate chip cookies sloshing around. Okay.
All right.
All right. Sure. So, steak